Hi, I hope you have gone through my previous video which explains about what is XG Firewall version 18 and which all the way you can deploy your Sophos firewall to the production environment. And today I'm going to introduce about how to install and do the basic configuration for Sophos Firewall XG. So, the production usually most of the customer prefers to use the hardware module, so it comes along with the Sophos firewall operating system. But there are companies which now rely on the virtual environment, so they will use either on the VMware or they use Hyper-V or Zen-Citrix server, or they can use the Microsoft Azure platform for running their Sophos firewall operating system and can configure and manage it all there. And for our lab environment, I would like to show you how to install the Sophos or how to set up the Sophos firewall on a VMware. And for that, you need to download the Sophos VMware version operating system from the Sophos partner portal or from the Sophos My Accounts. To find the Sophos image, you just need to go to the sophos.com. I can see here in the sophos.com, just go to my account. Through my account, just go to my Sophos, my applications, and select my Sophos. Then you go to network protection and select download installers. From the download installers, you can see the available Sophos firewall operating system for your hardware appliances, your virtual environments, and as a software ISO to install hardware of your choice. So for your hardware installers, you just need to download the Firewall OS for XG series. And for if you are using a VMware, you just go to Firewall OS for VMware, and for Hyper-V, KVM, Citrix Synapse, and you can download for Microsoft Azure. You can also available the Microsoft Azure ready to use Sophos firewall in the marketplace. So now here, as if you are purchasing a hardware appliance, the Sophos firewall operating system comes with along with the hardware product. So you don't need to install it again. But when we use the firewall OS for XC series, the hardware series is like, for example, your firewall is not responding or it's broken, not the hardware way. I mean, your OS is broken or it's like hanged and any reason you cannot access your firewall, but the device is okay, but you don't have an operating system. At that time, you can use the hardware installer for your compatible model, because for all the models the firewall operating system is the same. So you just come here and download the ISO file for this, and you can use any software to write it onto a USB and make it bootable, and you can just start your hardware firewall using the USB. So you can continue the installation to complete it. And now I'm going to talk about firewall operating system for the VMware, because for the lab environment I'm using the VMware version, and now this one is the 17.xx series. I mean, this is not the 18 one I'm downloading because 18 is not available in the firewall operating system page. You can only download, until now you can only download the version 18, and you can just upgrade to version 17, and you can just upgrade to version 18 firmware OS. Okay, just go there and download. Click on the download. You just need to provide your some details and your firewall. I mean the operating system. It's not like operating system. It's a virtual machine addition, or your virtual machine files will be downloaded, and I just save it on my computer. So what you need to do after the download is completed, go and open your virtual machine, whatever it may be. So I'm using a VMware Fusion for this test purpose, and I'm just gonna start the VMware. Okay, just I'm going to my VMware Fusion, go to new, and I'm gonna select, because I already downloaded is the VMware file. So I'm just going to create the import an existing virtual machine because I already downloaded it. Click continue, and I'm gonna just go to choose file. I download my, and this is the image for VMware. Just go to start connect and VM8. Continue. I'm gonna save as my SFVM. Just give any name is okay. I'm just gonna select this save as SFVM in my virtual machine hard disk location. You can select anywhere on your computer and click save. It's importing the software virtual machine settings. Just wait a few seconds, a few moments to import the configuration. Okay, it's done. Now you can see here my virtual machine configuration summary is like it's 64-bit, 2 GB, and I have a 3 default network cards and a device summary. It's connected USB controller, and you want to change some settings prior to start the virtual machine. Just go to customize settings, and I'm going to customize the settings for my memory. The reason is that the Sophos OS version 17 can be run on 2 GB memory, and if you want to run and you want to do an upgrade for your virtual OS to version 17 to version 18, the minimum requirements shows will be 4 GB. You can start the upgrade of your firewall using the 2 GB, but doing the upgrade, it will show you for your virtual environment or for your physical environment, the minimum requirements will be 4 GB and the upgrade will be failed. To avoid that, I'm directly going to change the settings here to 4096, that is a 4 GB, and I'm gonna save this one. Okay, it's saved. I'm just gonna change to 4 GB for my virtual machines, and yeah, it's done. I'm gonna do some more changings for my network adapter. I'm going to change my network adapter to Wi-Fi because I'm using a Wi-Fi connection. To communicate with my host computer, I just changing to Wi-Fi. Okay, one, and just going to change two, and I'm gonna also change to Wi-Fi maybe to do some other practicals. I can use it for use, and I'm gonna make sure it's connected. Okay, it's connected. Yeah, it's connected. Okay, let me start this and let's see. Okay, now my virtual machine is going to boot. I forget about the messages just to. And now it's starting to 17.5 MR10. It's decompressing the configurations. And now it's installing the default configurations which is present for your Sophos operating system. Maybe you remember in my past video I talked about what will be the IP address will be by default and the default settings, what all things will be there. It's just offloading or it's just decompressing those configurations and they're trying to boot. Take a quite 1 to 2 minutes time. It depends on your hardware. I'm just using a single core processor, so it may be a little bit than expected. My system is only 8 GB, so it may be the reason why it's slow because I'm using 4 GB for the VM. It's taking make my computer a little bit slower. I'm not going to pause the video because you can just see it's not much longer. So you can see like if it's booting, what all the process will be there. Maybe some people, the freshers will be doubt like, oh, my machine's crashed or not. No, it's just a normal process. So yeah, it's almost done now. It shows your system details like I have how many cores processor you have. I have one core processor. Our processor core is 1 and I have a 4 GB RAM and top number of interfaces are 3 and my disk is 4 GB and actual disk is 80 GB. It's done now. You can see the password. It means that the booting is completed. I can't say it's completed because the hardware, the device is still initializing. So as it's a start process, so you know the default username and password for the Sophos is admin. So I'm going to input the value is admin. Yes. Yeah, and now I'm going to the Sophos end user license agreement page. You can just accept it. Yeah, I logged into the Sophos. Now you can see the firmware version of software or Sophos OS is 17.5.10 and MR10. And then you can go to activate your device if you have a valid internet connection. Yeah, in production it's possible because you will be connected to your WAN interface. You're not in the starting because it will be ask you to connect to internet. Yeah, just avoid it at the moment because you can do it after you configure all the interfaces and you can activate the device later on. You can see your network configuration, system configuration. Maybe now I press 1, you maybe get a message, please wait, or it's not. If you suddenly press number 1, you will get a message like please wait, the system is initializing. Don't worry because it's not ready to accept your commands. So just wait for a few more moments and press your value. So you can see here, you can go to the interface configuration. You want to see it's okay 1, press your value and it will show you the network settings. I told you that port A or the first port will be your LAN port. And you can see its interface name is port A, the zone name is LAN, and your IP address, which is the default IP configurations for your Sophos firewall, 172.16.16.16 24-bit. And you don't have any other gateway because by default there won't be anything. You can add it later. Okay, no other things. Just click continue. My system is directly connected to my Wi-Fi internet, so you can see the WAN port with the IP address 192.160.116. It's because it's a DHCP IP, and I enable it because of I connected to the auto detect Wi-Fi, so it can receive my router DHCP IP address and it can connect to internet. I guess let's see what happened. Okay, just press enter. It will ask you, do you want to change the IP address? No, I don't want to change anything at present. IP version 6, no. Okay, just go back to the old screen. Yeah, it's my menu. Now the system is ready for access through your web browser. So you know the IP address is 172.16.16.16. So for the first use, you just to make, if it's a hardware device, you can just connect to the port A using a LAN cable and connect to your computer and make a same range of IP address on your computer and try to access use your website. I mean Chrome or whatever it is, Internet Explorer or whatever things browser. And I'm gonna change the settings on my computer. I'm just going to disconnect my VPN because it's not necessary now. And I'm gonna change my IP address settings just for access this device first time. I'm going to give the same range IP address. Okay, TCP IP. I'm going to manually change my IP address to 172.16.16.10 with the 24-bit mask. Make sure it's 24-bit, not the class B. And for router, you may let it be no problem. Just click OK, click apply. It's done. Now I'm gonna open up my browser. Yeah, and type your IP address here for your Sophos LAN interface, that is 172.16.16.16, And the path to access your device for the first time is HTTPS. Make sure it's HTTPS colon double slash 172.16.16.16.444. Yeah, you will be given with a certificate error because this is a self-signed certificate of your Sophos firewall, and it's not in the root, your certificate root. So you will always get this error. Don't worry, no problem. Just go to show details and go to, you can see the certificate. You can see get an error like this is a Sophos appliance certificate issued by the Sophos CA, and Sophos CA certificate is not, it's not a trusted server or trusted certificate or not installed on your trusted root. If you install the Sophos appliance certificate, your root directory for your certificate, maybe you want it will won't be, you will not be prompted with that error. I don't care if this one at time. Go to visit this website and visit the website. You just give to provide your password for your computer. Maybe for Windows it's not asked, but Mac it always asks for provide the system password. Yep, it's connected. Yeah, this is the welcome screen for Sophos XG Firewall. You can change your language if you want to change to your own language, which is more convenient for you. These are the supported language for the Sophos Firewall at present. And I'm just continue with the English. So thank you for choosing your next generation firewall, blah blah blah. Just go to click to begin. Okay, the first thing you need to do is change your admin password, because if you are using a default admin password which is not safe, and you must change your password for your the starting. So I'm going to change my, make a complex password for my Sophos product firewall. Okay, I'm just yep. So you will get prompted an option like install the latest firmware automatically during the setup. It's recommended. If you already provide IP address for your WAN interface using the command prompt, I mean in this window, where is that? Yeah, you can here you can assign, you can configure the IP address if you're using a VM, but for if you are using a hardware firewall, you must wait until the you will be prompted with the interface options later on. I'm just removing this because I can do it later on. I go to the license agreement, accept it, continue. Okay, you will be asked to give a name for your firewalls. I'm just giving my Sophos VM1. This is my first firewall, and ask you to select your time zone. As I'm in Shanghai, China, I'm just going to select Asia. Is Asia? Shanghai. Asia. Cannot find where is Asia. Uh-oh. Africa, America. There is no Asia? Yeah, Asia. Okay. This is my location, so I'm just select Asia, Shanghai, and today's date. Current time. Be one thing I want to tell the people who are who are doing this one for the first time. Make sure the time, you must make this time exactly what is needed, because in the later on process, if you're using the same firewall, you want to configure something related to certificates or the VPN clients. This all is connected to the time, because if there is a huge time delay or a wrong time with your client machines, the connection will be always failed. So here I'm going to change my time to 5. You can change it later on also, but it's not important. So just select a time here. I'm just going to select 5 o'clock p.m. and continue. You can change it, but don't forget to change it. So there are many options, like in the production you must provide your serial number. Here I have an existing serial number, and be careful, you only can use your serial number for one time. So once you register the firewall, you cannot change the serial number. So please make sure you do the correct configurations, and I mean the serial number, and register it. If you have more than one serial number, make sure that you choose the correct one. Home users must use an XG home user serial number obtained from whatever location. So right now I'm not going to register the product. And if you want to do a trial with a lot of subscriptions available, so you can go here. I don't have a serial number, so you will automatically receive a serial number and 30-day trial period. During the period, you can test the full functionality of Sophos XG Firewall. Do not use this option for home use, and just for if you want in a production, so you can test all the features of Sophos just for 30 days with the complete features without a pay a penny. And I would like to migrate this for migration part, and here we are doing a lab, so I just go to I do not want to register now. Okay, just click continue. If you skip registration, some features may not work as expected. Synchronized security cannot be enabled, backups cannot be taken, other maintenance features may not be function. Once you register the device, these features will work as expected. We recommend that you register the device before you continue. At present, I don't want to register. Just continue. So at present, my licensed features are network protection, web protection, email protection, web server protection, and Sandstorm. This is because I'm not opting for enhanced support and enhanced plus support, so I just go to continue here. Okay. I can change my IP address if I want. Let's set up a protected network. So let's see your LAN zone in port A, this firewall. And in my previous video, I already told you you can implement your device in 3 ways. And one is called the gateway mode, that is the or called route mode, and another is like you can set it as just behind your firewall or below your firewall. And here I don't have any other firewall on my network, so I can internet gateway, or it's called the bridge mode. I don't have another device here up, so I'm just going to select the default mode, that is the route gateway mode. And this is my IP address. I told you this is the default IP address. You want to change it, you can change it here, or after you complete the basic setup, you can change it from the network settings. So I will show you how to change it from the network settings. So I just continue with this default configuration, and I don't want the DHCP because I already have a router here. So I mean, you don't need to configure the DHCP at present, because for the lab environment especially, but for production, if you want to configure your DHCP, you can do it that one. But these all the things you can do it later. That's the best option. And here is the discover more enable tab or discover more. Just leave it. We just go to basic settings, continue. Okay, I can select protect users from a network threats. Selected. I'm not subscribed for the Sandstorm, so I just leave this part. And if you want to get some notification and backups, so you know this without register you can't do the backups. And a lot. For test, I just put 1234 at abc.com, 222 at abc.com. Okay, and click continue. go here, you can see all the basic configurations what you made here. And after checking all the summary, for production it's very important before you make any changes and commit the changes, you make sure the settings what all you made is correct and go. And for lab it's okay, we can at least can do it, change or delete everything can do, but production people, the guys who are doing it with working with it in the production, please make sure all the settings you did is correct. And go to finish. Yeah, it's finishing now. I'm not going to post as like expert doing the video, because I would like to see the guys who are watching this one can manage the time, to know the time, like how long time it will be take, if it's not taking not much time, so you just see like it's just applying the configuration. And because I'm not doing an update for the firmware, so it won't take much long time, so just to see like how it's applying the configuration, how long time it will take. Then it will show the device is reboot, how long time it will be accessible again. So the freshers who are doing this one will get a better understanding, like what they are doing is not wrong or the device is not corrupted. That's the reason why I'm not pausing the video at present. So just watch, let's see how long time it will be take. And you can have a look here. You can see here, at this moment the device is restarted. It's common to both the hardware and virtual machines. You can see now the system is rebooting and you lost connection to the device. And wait until the system is boot. Yeah, it's done. Now you can see it's ready to access it now. Now if I try to access the page, maybe I will get the same error message because the system is not yet initialized. Yeah, wait for a moment. Let me see, I'm just inputting my password and try to log in here and try one. Yeah, you can see please try after some time, system is initializing. Yeah, this is what the message I told you before. If the system is not completely boot and ready to start all the services, you will get this message like please try after some time, the system is initializing. This is not an error, it's just the system is after the system is boot up, the service, all the services need to be started. It's about configuration, system and route configuration, everything need to be started and running. So just to wait for a moment. Let me try again here. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't make any changes. Okay, it's come, but I don't know why it's taking much longer time here. I didn't make any changes for okay, let me try with another browser. Let's see if it's any problem with sometimes I just to see this error happens. https://172.16.16.16.444. Now there must be something happened there. Let me see any IP address.